Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith with the In the Black VTF at T3 Live here on a Friday afternoon, the end of the month, coming into Labor Day. And a few of the things I talked about last Friday, the last few days here at T3 Live, really playing out here. I talked about energy last week. We can take a look at that in a second. Mostly in the last few days, I talked about the broader average is not doing much, albeit closing very near the highs. But basically not a lot of futures help for things to going on. We're looking for story stocks, looking for things that are on the move to jump on board, and that's pretty much exactly what we were doing, especially on a day like today where we thought we wouldn't see very much, but we got lucky and we had a few nice things to watch and a few nice plays. Good day on the VTF. Let's take a look at some charts of what's going on, what might happen in the future, what went on today. So taking a look at the S&P Spider, you can see here the 15-minute big broadening formation going out near the highs. We're hoping to go out on the all-time highs and screaming into Labor Day, but we can leave that for another time. If we take a look at the monthly goes bullish, engulfing on the month into new highs. You can't argue with that. But like I said, for the most part, if you're watching like a 60-minute chart, a whole bunch of nothing. You got your little dipsy doodle, and then we come back here and inside 60 and sideways and rally a little bit. But you couldn't really sink your teeth into stuff like that. And so we had to stick with the story stocks like your GoPro, things that are on the move. And so GoPro here, continuing that day from yesterday is nice. Now we just draw another line here to see if we can keep going. I got no new actionable signals, but for the most part, UTHR was the story here, blasting off. As soon as that hit, a lot of people caught that pretty soon. We're looking at a lot of scanners, things going to new highs printing, and multiple different of the VTFs here got it because we did, and main room and everybody. That was great. And so if you look at how, even if you missed it, one of the ways we look for the inside bar continuation. So even if you missed that initial blast, there's a nice inside 15 here, and really tore them a new one on the upside. So that was lots of fun. Then for the hater in you, we also had VIPs. And VIP's going tanking here, and that was nice. It lined up with the strategy that we trade when I talk about inside bars. You can see coming off the inside week here, inside week and down, and then early on today we got the inside 60 right here, and that was all she wrote for the rest of the day for VIPs. So good on the upside, good on the downside. Last week I talked about the energy being in play this week, and the XOP specifically inside week. And that worked very nicely. If the energies were going to rally, that's what it was going to look like. Inside week, see the XOP opening within that range and closing near the highs. So that worked well. We had a lot of good stuff in the XLE as well today. XLE coming up as well. So a lot of those energy stocks were the stories there today. Going forward, for September, the first thing I look for is the monthly charts because, and you can see this XLE was inside month and down, and now comes back into that range to try and counter that. So these energies still going to be in play. I can shrink this down just a little bit for you. But there's still a lot of stocks that did not make higher highs or lower lows for the month. Facebook, one of them. There's an inside month for Facebook. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. You got Microsoft. This KNDI likes to move around and goes as an inside month to see if that's for real. In the aluminum, I've talked a lot about the CENX just being a real screamer. And now you've got Alcoa going inside month to see if that's going to continue or drop off. We've got in the energy also APA as an inside month coming up. And in technology, you got Baidu with that Microsoft and Sina. So we really want to see how these things break coming into the inside months. We know that we had a lot of strength this month in the IBB stuff, and now we got BIIB closing as an inside month there to see if that can expand that. Other than that, one of the things I talked about last week too was Lulu, and I want to keep an eye on this Lulu. As Lulu goes inside month here, and the question here is it down? Is it really all over in the yoga pants and this rest consolidation and start breaking down? Or is this the exhaustion of all this move and finally we can all put on our yoga pants and stretch some more cash going to the upside? But for the most part, all I can say is that another attempted bear raid thwarted as yes, we made a lower low, but we came right back up, and that's been the theme for years now. And so when we have an outside bar like this, we really want to go into new highs and stay up there so we don't triangle out. However, if we do, and by triangle out I mean an outside bar in a shorter term time frame is going to be a triangle, right, like this. inverted triangle broadening formation. So if it does go up and starts coming back in, there's the potential. It comes down and expands the triangle here. Now, we haven't had a lot of luck as far as that's concerned, and that would mean some more expanded volatility, which would certainly be welcomed by a lot of people, including myself. But we're still going to pay attention to that. So, you know, for the most part, end of the month, had some good plays there. Go out on the highs. Got a lot of inside months. I just pointed out a few of them. I'm going through them right now. That's what I do on my weekends. And hopefully we can get outside and enjoy some of it. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you had a good month, good summer. Technically it is still summer, but, you know, after Labor Day, it's kind of back to work. However, sometimes there's the phenomenon of people taking this week off. Thus it's slow, and then so they can have that extra weekend and a day off. And then everybody hopes that we get busy next week, but oftentimes other people will take that week off, so they only have to take 4 days off and get a full week. So hopefully we get a little bit more volatility come the fall. So far, so good. All-time highs and plenty of inside bars that will help propel us either higher or see if we can pull back. But that's going to do it for this week, this month. Everything. Hope everybody has a good 3-day weekend, and we'll be here raring to go Tuesday morning. Have a good weekend. I'm Rob Smith of the Black VTF here at T3 Live. See you Tuesday.